So there's 3 principles of inclusive design. There's recognize exclusion, learn from diversity, and solve for one and extend to many.
We had a ton of customers out there that couldn't play Xbox games, and they wanted to, and it was the hardware that we built that was blocking them from doing that.
Our traditional Xbox controller, it's industry leading, it's the greatest controller you can get. But if we look at it from the recognize exclusion lens, it's been designed and optimized over multiple generations around a primary use case, and that use case has a lot of assumptions. It assumes that I have 2 hands to hold it, and it assumes that I have 2 thumbs for these sticks. It assumes that I have a fluid range of motion and fine motor control to hit these buttons. It assumes that I have the reach to get these bumpers and triggers. And it assumes that I have the endurance to hold it for like a long gaming session.
And so once people understood that, hey, there's something we can do about that. We can build hardware. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be expensive. And it can open the door to Xbox gaming for so many new people. It becomes a no-brainer. Like you have to do it.
The process of bringing this product to life was really interesting to me, in large part because it wasn't something that sort of the company handed to us to go do. It was a grassroots product.
It was very hacky. At the time it was a hackathon, and so our stuff looked pretty rough.
When the time it came to mature this into an actual product, there was a lot of questions around, okay, how do we get all the small details right? Like, big idea, awesome.
We had to rethink how we did requirements. We had to rethink packaging. We had to rethink everything about our hardware development process, and that has been a challenge, and it's also been very rewarding.
The Xbox Adaptive Controller is really the best option for somebody who has a hard time using our traditional controller. So we designed it to be as flexible as possible for somebody who has limited mobility.
A lot of the things that I thought were really interesting technically were, the audio jacks, it's a new interface for us, and so that was a nice challenge for us to go implement.
On the back here, you can see there's all of these inputs that are all of the buttons on the controller.
I also enjoyed quite a bit working on the USB subsystem. That was new. It's something the controllers don't have typically.
When I have this product in front of me, I don't actually have to see the jack that I'm plugging into. I can feel it with this small groove and plug the pin in really easily. It's little details like that make it a great adaptive product, but also make it easier for anyone to use. It's large enough on purpose to sit on your lap easily. These buttons are large and spaced out, so you could rest your hand in between them and be able to easily actuate either side. You can attach a tripod to it. There's all different kinds of universal mounts. You can attach this to a table, a lap desk, behind the chair you're sitting in, anywhere that works for your space. So the flexibility of this product was super important to the design. Some of the other bits of feedback that we got from the community was how important it was that these surfaces were domed. It makes it more comfortable. It makes it a lot easier to run your hand over and actuate the buttons. Another thing that we realized was really important was the stability of this on a table. If it starts slipping around and moving while you're trying to play, it's distracting and you're not getting a good experience. So it's a lot more immersive if you don't have to worry about that at all and you can just get straight to playing.
This is a product unlike any we've done before, and so you need the feedback from your users to make sure you're designing the right thing.
When we looked at the footage from Craig Hospital and we saw how their occupational therapists were using it, they were creating unique custom rigs sort of on the fly for a person. Like basically someone sitting down with a couple switches, some buttons, some joysticks, and the Xbox Adaptive Controller, and basically building a custom controller for someone on the spot. And for me, that is the real powerful thing.
Seeing people use it for the first time, you realize, oh man, I didn't think of that. For example, attaching buttons to the face of this, that we had no idea that people would use it that way, and they did, and it's really cool. And so that just really helps inform our design process and how we think about these products in the future.
The Xbox Adaptive Controller is really easy. You just plug it in, and then you can plug in various switches to control the buttons and the arrows and the joystick. And for me, that means I can play any game on an Xbox. You just set it up the way that works best for you, and you're good to go.
I mean, this is a very versatile platform, and I know that there's going to be plenty of people using it in ways we didn't think about.
Of everything I've done in my career as an engineer and as a program manager, The Xbox Adaptive Controller is something I am the most proud of.
I think that the true impact of this is not going to be seen until it's out in the market for a while, and our customers really understand, hey, this is a great product. It can make me better too.
It was just really gratifying to be able to bring something like this to life as a product.
Before, I could see my friends play all these games, and I couldn't participate. But now, I feel like I can. I can take my mind off things and engage with my peers. And it makes me feel like less of an outsider.
Like and share if you enjoy the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video.